We are in our quarterfinals match between 100 Hextech Keys versus Team Supp. Hopefully, looks like my Wi-Fi is picking back up a bit, so hopefully the stream won't be so super scuffed. Just let me know if my audio is being bad or video quality is being bad. We can try to fix that out or something, man. But starting off with the bans, we have Sentient Cloud's One Trick Indian mid lane being banned away from him. I'm not of the opinion that that's a necessary ban, but if you just want to protect your mid laner a little bit, then I guess you can do it. I think it's much more important to get Dark Lord with 70 off these carry jungler champs that he likes to play. Jacob's Warwick Jungle being banned away, the jungler for 100 Hextech keys. Usual jungler, I heard some rumors that Mr. Tim, the sub that they got for their team, Phoebe, is going to be playing in the jungle role. Kikuya's Syndra banned away, Yumi banned away from Ashley. I'm not sure. Well, Yumi did just get a nerf, but it's still really good to get Iron players off Yumi to force them to actually move their champion around so they can miss position and get early picks for their enemy team. And then Sivir banned away from Jaya. That's, I'm guessing, just to keep her off a Black Shield champ. I believe she was mostly playing Jinx, though. We'll see who she actually locks in, I suppose. So no jungle bans from 100 Hextech keys. They're giving this Dark Lord 70 guy his pick, his favorite jungle, whatever he wants to play. So we'll probably see Zac. We'll probably see Lilia coming out from him. And then Pike, interestingly enough, banned away. Maybe they think Tim is going to be playing support, and I'm guessing Tim plays Pike or something. I don't know. First side, Nautilus the Hover. First pick Nautilus. Okay, what's the play into this? Are you gonna play a double enchanter bot, try to punish this Nautilus? What's Ashley gonna play that she's not gonna die on? That's the question. Rel the Hover. That would be crazy if Ashley decides to play Rel. Surely she's just gonna play like a Lulu or an enchanter. Surely. Ashley? Or maybe Ashley's gonna roll swap to a different lane? No. Dark Lord 70 gonna lock in his Lilia champ. Definitely a favorite for him. He can carry on this champ. There is Nautilus is pretty good CC against Lilia. Just point and click autos, point and click R. So nice CC locked in. Interesting that you want to play Lilia into it, but Nautilus is a beef ball. I guess if you can just outspace him, then you're good. Red side lock in 2 here. And if anyone watching Twitch chat wants to come co-cast with me, feel free to send me a DM. I am lonely on the caster desk tonight. All right, yeah, just gonna be Lulu for Ashley. That's like her second most played champs besides Yumi. Does give a nice Nautilus hook target, so it will be interesting to see what this Nautilus does in lane if they can actually abuse the Iron support player. And then red's blue side pick 2 here. Probably gonna lock either mid or jungle, I would assume. Yeah, Ari gonna be the lock-in for Kikuya. Now, if I remember correctly, Kikuya plays 3 champs. It's Ari, Nico, and Syndra. His Syndra was banned away, so locking in Ari. Didn't want to play Nico against a Lilia team comp. Lilia, it's really hard to hit your E stuns on her because she's just moving super fast. And then blue side pick 3. Probably going to be your AD here. Save your jungle, save your top lane pick for the second rotation. Yeah, Kai'Sa going to be the lock-in. Nautilus Kai'Sa, nice combo. Nautilus can stack the Kai'Sa passives with his auto passive and his Q knockup or pullback, whatever you want to call it. And then AD probably going to be the lock-in for Supp here. What's a safe AD that you can play up against a Nautilus Kai'Sa? Sivir is banned away, so there's no Black Shield support. I think the next safest ADC you could play is Ezreal, but that really doesn't feel good. Xayah, yeah, that's another safe lock-in champ you can play. Does have the self-peeling ultimate, but until level 6, there is that threat of a Nautilus hook hitting you. Nocturne banned away, so I believe their jungler for 100 Hextech keys, or I should say the normal jungler, Jacob, plays 3 champs, Amumu, Nocturne, and Warwick. I think he played Diana in the past, but didn't look the cleanest. So Nocturne the next band away, just targeting his comfort picks, making him play an uncomfortable champion so Lilia can go 1v1 him in his jungle, take all his jungle camps. Darius the Hover for the next ban. So this is FNZ Dunk that we are targeting. He's a Masters, I believe, top laner. Kind of washed. But Darius being taken away, banned away from him. Who is the top laner for 100 Hextech keys? It is Lost in the Sauce. That guy's been pretty good so far playing up against Masters player. He's pretty good at neutralizing them. I think he's also kind of smurfish. All right, ban Lost in the Sauce. Yeah, he does play a lot of Aatrox and Renekton. So Aatrox going to be taken away. They're going to leave open his Renekton to play up against. But I think Lost in the Sauce has been mostly playing tank tops when he's playing up against a Masters player. I wouldn't be surprised if he just locks in Malphite. Last ban for 100 Hextech keys, gonna be the Olaf pick. Both Darklord70 and FNZ Dunk have played Olaf in this playoff season, in this IM season. So that's gonna be banned away. There is a lot of CC that Olaf could just kind of ignore if he was on the enemy team here. And Olaf with a Lulu Enchanter does feel pretty bad as well for the enemy team playing up against it. Probably going to be the mid lane lock-in. You know you're playing up against an Ahri. That could be Cho'Gath mid. We don't actually know if that's Cho'Gath top. Surely FNC Dunk isn't going to be playing a Cho'Gath top lane. That's kind of weird champ from him. Kindred the Hover. I do like me a Kindred. Just lots of damage. Going to be dashing around. Going to try to fight for early prio. I don't think Jacob plays Kindred, so I'm guessing that's Tim actually going in the jungle, as we discussed about before, and Jacob's playing Nautilus support. Renekton Comfort Pit pick locked in for Lost in the Sauce. I think this Cho'Gath was a bait pick. I don't think that Cho'Gath is going top. I think that's going to be Cho'Gath mid, and they're going to lock in a counter pick top now to the Renekton. What does FNZ Dunk want to play up against Renekton top lane? It is Garen. Garen is the pick. Garen's the hover. So far from both of these comps, Cho'Gath kind of an awkward pick. I don't think it's going to be rough for Cho'Gath to try to play this game. There's so many dashes and speed ups. He's not going to be able to hit a Q. Laning phase, he's not really going to be able to run at Ahri because Ahri can just save his charm. We'll see. Cho'Gath was nerfed pretty hard in the mid lane. It's still playable, definitely still playable, but definitely a harder pick to play in the mid lane. He does have a lot of passive healing. From these two comps, I kind of like 100 Hextech keys comp more. I'm pretty sure that is Tim playing the Kindred. I think Kindred's really nice here. There's no real CC, so Kindred's going to be able to dash around in team fights. Kindred ulti also nice for both Cho'Gath and Garen. Stops them from getting the execute damage off. We'll see, though, if Kindred has the lane prios to contest these marked camps. See if she can get some early ganks off, early stack marking. With that being said, I'm gonna post a Gamba shortly, but we'll be going on break. I'll post a spectator delay timer once we're in spectator delay, but we should be in game within 5 or so minutes from now. We'll be right back. Be sure to vote in the Gamba. Okay, we are in game. Initial chat messages that we were seeing was role swap sub from Dark Lord 70. They were not expecting Phoebe to go to the jungle role. Definitely threw him for a loop there. So this is Jacob on the Nautilus. We'll see what type of work he can do on this pick to see if they can punish the Xayah Lulu bot lane. 4-stack in the bot lane bush here from Team 100 Hextech Keys. They're hoping to do play here with this Nautilus. Can they find the hook? The bush is warded, so they may have spawned all four of them walk across there. They're playing a nice distance away from the book, playing it real safe, not wanting to get Nautilus hook. Team 100 Hextech Keys sitting in a warded bush. Gonna walk it out. Nicely warded from Team Supp there to not get give any picks. Actually, I saw it coming, Nerge, just like we saw that invade coming. Dorko70 already typing it up in all chat. Some banter between the D2 support and the D1 jungler. I see these wards doing wonders for Team Subgap here. Nice ward in the middle bush there. Gonna spot both Jacob and Icy Dragon walking into this forward bush. Lilia starting on Dark Lord or Phoebe's chickens here. That's gonna hurt Phoebe in the long run. Not gonna force him out. He will hit level 2 first and then try to contest his red buff. Potential jungle canyon here. Does have his smite. It's going to be a smite fight. Dorkor 70 gets it. It's just a jungle disaster. ATS to 0. Forces Phoebe to flash out of his own jungle. Phoebe is actually kind of screwed here. His whole red side is going to be taken. Dorkor 70 could just run up straight to his blue side. Phoebe going to try to contest this Krugs here. Does have his smite. Going to try smite. Dorkor 70 getting pretty low actually. Gonna just run out of his jungle. Phoebe gonna be able to get his grubs. A little over eager there from Dark Lord 70, but still nicely played. Nice invade. Got the level 2 off chickens. Forced Phoebe off his red. Won the smite fight. If Phoebe won that smite fight, it could have gone a bit differently there, but yeah, was not able to quite get it there. Level 2s for both bot laners here. Looks like the wave is just nicely pushing to Jaya and Watanabe. Nicely played from them to get their wave in a safe spot. Yeah. Nice trades from Lost in the Sauce here. Gonna fully proc his Conquer and force the Garen out of lane. Garen does have Ignite. Both top laners do have Ignite in this lane. They're both playing for blood. Coming back to Phoebe in the jungle role. Yeah, he's a bit behind in clear now compared to Dark Lord 70. That lead won't go away anytime soon. Dark Lord 70 still has pretty much his full blue side camp to clear, minus wolves. Phoebe just has his blue buff and grubs, or I can't think of the name, the frog to clear. He did get a lucky mark spawn, but it's probably going to get contested by Dark Lord 70. Dark Lord 70 actually has no mana, no HP. This should just be a free mark. All three laners moving to this Scuttle Crab to support Phoebe to grab it. So that should be the first mark going to Phoebe. Nicely done by the solo lanes of 100 Hextech Keys to support that pick. Nice hook from Jacob, but Ice Dragon not in the area to trade with, so it ended up being a bad hook. Cho'Gath doing pretty nice job staying up in CS with Kikria there. Healing up with that Cho'Gath passive, getting what, 11 HP per minion kill is it? 26 HP per minion kill. Gonna use his second pot now. Dark Lord 70 in this river, gonna look for an invade here. Will he spot anyone on this invade? Just gonna place a ward? Nope, running towards the bot side after hitting the bloom. Meanwhile, bot lane in danger here. Phoebe with a nice gang, Jacob with a nice hook, I'm assuming. Nicely played from the bot lane of 100 Hextech Keys, but the fight's not over yet. Dark Lord 70 positioning like he wants to fight. Icy Dragon kind of low. If Jacob finds the hook, they may just have the CC to kill. Looks like just gonna make sure Icy Dragon getting hit by the E. Dark Lord 70 continuing up the play. Does Phoebe have the damage to kill this Dark Lord 70 guy? Kiting forward. Both HP bars getting a little low. E hits onto Jacob. Just going to walk it out now. Nice charm from Kikuya, but he's running low on mana. Going to need it back soon. Sentient Cloud hits level 6. Grubs are spawning. Let's turn on that timer. Oop, chat objective. Grubs are spawning in 18 seconds. He's opting to eat a minion here. I am a big believer for when you're playing Cho'Gath mid that you should be saving your eats for champions or objectives, especially when grubs are spawning in 8 seconds. Getting ulti stacks on Cho'Gath is a lot easier to get earlier into the game than later into the game. Especially onto minions. So it's better to save your minion stacks for later in the game. Yes, you are delaying your power spikes a little bit, but objective was spawning in 6 seconds there. He should have just coordinated with Dark Lord 70. Let's go eat one of these grubs and get out. Twitch chat, how is the audio quality? How is the video quality? Is my internet actually keeping up to make it so it's decent quality stream? Because OBS is saying my internet is being bad. Engage from the bot lane here. Nice auto CC from Jacob. Half HP's Jaya. So far, pretty peaceful game. Only 1 kill to 1 kill. Dark Lord 70 still up quite a bit CS in the jungle role. But gold mostly even. Nothing really to complain about from either team so far. Grubs being taken down by 100 Hextech keys here. You seem good, Jacob G. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, my internet keeps spiking. Like, OBS keeps saying, oh, your internet's dying, and now it says it's fine. So I don't know, man. Alright, looks like Team Supp is going to go for the dragon here, trading objectives. Cho'Gath has his ulti back up, but they will not have bot lane prio unless Jay is able to find the trade here. Icy Dragon getting low, does have Bear. Dark Lord 70 running down into this bot lane. Lilia here to show up, going to clean up this fight. Icy Dragon forced to run in, they're trying to trade, not going to be able to find it. That's going to be 1 kill to the Xayah, another kill probably to Dark Lord 70. Feat of Warfare claimed by 100 Supp. I'm sorry, my apologies, Supp there. Nicely played from Team Supp. Nice roam from Dark Lord 70. Dragon gonna be started up. This Cho'Gath needs to move down to this dragon just to claim a stack onto it. Oop, wrong button. It's a free ulti stack for Sentient Cloud if he just roams down to grab it. Come grab it, Sentient Cloud. Give up the minion wave. It's worth it. Looks like he's not gonna come down for it. Ahri showing up, using his ulti. Gonna try to get some kills here. Low HP bars. Lily ult comes down, sleep drowsy onto the Ahri. Lily gonna try to continue this forward. Does Icy Dragon have the damage to follow up? Does not. Gonna get slowed, potentially in danger. Flash forward from Jacob, finds the hook. Continue up play from Phoebe, dashing forward. When's that hook cool down? Not gonna be close, short enough. But 3-0 now on this Dark Lord 70 Lilia pick. Kinda scary. Nice trade kill from the 100 Hextech keys, but it was just on the support Iron player, so not the most desirable target for the kill. This top lane has been pretty peaceful so far. No ignites being used. Just trading CS. The wave gonna be slow pushing towards Lost in the Sauce here. The Kindred has mostly caught up in CS compared to Dark Lord 70, but is down 2 kills. Does have 1 assist on him, but as far as gold advantage, he's down 700-ish gold, but that's pretty much all in kills. Lost in the Sauce taking a trade. Lilia is top lane, so he needs to be a little bit careful. Does not dodge the bowling ball splash damage there. Gonna drop him a little bit lower. Half HP now on this Renekton. The Cho'Gath mid has been doing a pretty good job of keeping up in CS. Not that low in HP. I think Kikuya could probably be doing a better job of poking him down. Like, There's no world where Cho'Gath should be able to walk up and hit you. Nice trade from Kikria. Half HP's the Cho'Gath. Lost in the Sauce, forced to all top. Ignite ult still available to FNC Dunk. Potential kill range. I think that's going to force Lost in the Sauce to back here. If he stays in lane, he's just going to get ignited and then ulted. But meanwhile, mid lane, the Ahri is starting to do work. Gonna force Cho'Gath to play under tower. Potentially setting up for a dive here with Phoebe. Lilia is in the area. Will they expect this? Lilia gonna path towards bot. Is gonna run towards Phoebe here. Lilia showing up, misses the bowling ball. Not gonna be here quite in time. Will he try to go for a continuation play? Does hit the Q, not gonna follow up with sleep. Nice dive from 100 Hextech keys. Punishing that melee mid laner. Yeah, I feel like I like reverse Caster Curse Kikria there, saying he needs to be poking this Cho'Gath more, and then right when I say that, he half HP's the Cho'Gath. Well timed from him to make me look like a dummy. Okay, pretty peaceful lane so far. Second round of grub spawn. 100 Hextech keys starting this up. Dark Lord 7 looking to contest. No mid lane for 100 Hextech. Spells, yeah, it means they have to give it up. But Lost in the Sauce not quite in the position that you want to be in. Can they land the slope? Ignite goes down. Gonna force him to flash out. Yeah, that should just be grubs. Free Cho'Gath stack for Team Supp here. Cho'Gath, yeah, just used his ult, got a stack. But that they were able to get one at least before walking out. Gonna maybe try to contest this last one. Both junglers have their smite. Lilia needs to be really careful. Sleep going down. Garen is here. Flash silence, can't even use his ult. Justice comes down. Flash fail from Dark Lord 70, but doesn't even matter. Just gonna be another kill. Oh, Renekton healing actually quite a bit massive there. Able to save him. Potentially looking to dive this Renekton. No. Okay. Just back to grubs. Gonna finish that last one off. 2 for Supp and 4 for 100 Hextech keys. Feat of Strength. I don't think either team has claimed it yet. Warfare went to Supp, so they need either the first 3 objectives, so 2 more dragons, or Rift Herald, or first tower, but I don't think they're gonna get first tower anytime soon. Nice hook from Jacob, finds the loot, finds it on Jaya actually. Lulu goes down, trying to follow it up with damage, just gonna walk it out. Lulu used, back up, wait for it to drop, and then look for another play. Nice hook from Jacob. Dragon being spotted here. There is a control ward in that bush. Bot lane backing for Supp means they're giving Lilia's top side. Yeah, this should just be free dragon for 100 Hextech keys. Nice dodge from Jaya. Kikria. Charm hits. This Cho'Gath's starting to get a little tanky. He is doing the Heartsteel build, it looks like. Usually when you're playing this Cho'Gath mid, you're building Shirelia's first item so you get some AP so you can one-shot the backline minion waves. But now he's going full tank Heartsteel first item, right? I believe that's the build for Heartsteel. I could be wrong. I don't play that many tanks. Interesting choice into 3 melees. Lost Phoebe walking a little bit too far. Gonna force him to use his ult. Ult goes down. Kikria here trying to chase the Cho'Gath down. Able to build some space for Phoebe. Phoebe gonna avoid the Q. Dashing forward to Dark Lord. Dark Lord 1 HP. Shutdown going to Phoebe. Meanwhile, top lane, some trading is going on. Nothing much more gonna happen. Bot lane from Supp not quite fast enough on the move up. Nice spacing from Phoebe to find that kill. Nice use of his ult. Yeah, this Cho'Gath seems kind of useless. How many stacks is he at? He's at 5 stacks. How many minion stacks has he used? He used 4 out of his, I believe it's 6 minion stacks so far. So yeah, he's going to hit the 6 minion stack, and then he's not going to be able to stack anymore because he hasn't been eating objectives. He hasn't been eating champions. He's eaten 1 objective so far. He's going to be tanky, but there's plenty of damage from 100 Hextech keys to burn through this Cho'Gath HP bar. Yeah, I just don't know how Cho'Gath is ever gonna like. He has the speed. He has Swifty boots, but that's not gonna make him fast enough. He doesn't have Ghost. He doesn't have Shurelya's. How is he gonna get on top of these extremely mobile carries from Kindred, Ari, and Kaisa? Kikra hits the Q. Kikra or Sending Cloud hits the Q, forces Kikra to use his ulti. Kikra trying to go back in, try to find some trade damage. He is in dive range. He does need to be a little bit careful here. Doesn't have his ulti anymore, but clears the minion wave, prevents any sort of dive shenanigans. Lost in the Sauce doing really good in this top lane, considering he's playing up against a Masters top laner. This guy is just secret Smurf, I think. I believe he's Diamond Peak. I could be wrong about that. I know he's not Masters, but on paper, he's supposed to be losing up against the Masters top laners that he plays against, but anytime he kind of just neutralizes those top laners. Knows how to play safe, knows how to play with his advantages. Dark Lord Sandy starting up this Rift Hero here is on a ward, so the enemy team does know that he's on it. Ari potentially positioning to contest it, but yeah, not going to happen. The FNZ dunk inside the jungle. Phoebe potentially looking to dive bot lane with the Nautilus. They need to do some sort of counter cross map play. Are they going to take blue into a bot lane dive? If I can switch to the bot lane. I mean, Jaya still has her ulti and barrier. Exhaust, Pullet, and Lulu are up, so it would be a pretty dangerous dive. But looks like Phoebe just going to trade jungle camps for jungle camps. Dark suddenly going to take his blue. Phoebe going to walk across this ward here, is going to be spotted by it. Trades starting to go in the favor of FNZ Dunk. Looking for the tower dive. The flash ignite ult was not quite enough. Meanwhile, bot lane, Jaya already used her ulti. Nautilus ult hits. Hook lands from Nautilus. Do they have the damage? Lulu ult goes down. Nice double root from Jaya. Ari is here. Can Ari find some damage? Ult forward. Does not hit charm. Not going to find the kill. Phoebe going to come collect this mid wave. Flashing forward. Looking for a kill onto Sentient Cloud. Does he have damage? Sentient Cloud forced to flash away. Aggressive plays from Phoebe there. I would have never flashed. But it is just a Heartseal Cho'Gath with 45 stacks. He's not that tanky. Has no resistances, just health. This is a best of 3 game. So whatever happens during this game, people can adjust, people can change the bans, change, especially if they now know that Phoebe's rule swapping to jungle, that may change up what the bans are. They're not going to spend 3 bans on Jacob's jungler picks, or maybe it was just 2 bans. Phoebe placing Mark on Sentient Cloud. Lilia ulting onto the Kikria, getting him pretty low. That's just a feast stack for Sentient Cloud. Phoebe now in danger, needs to run away, does have his ulti up. Trying to find some damage down. Does ult. Is just going to hop over the wall. Nice dodge from Dark Lord, but that's just a double kill to Sentient Cloud. Well played from the mid-jungle duo. Meanwhile, top lane, we're having some exchanges going on. Ult comes down for Lost in Sauce. Garen's like, you're ulti? I'm just going to run away. Ignite is available for Lost in the Sauce. Dark Lord 70, or FNC Dunk does have his ulti up. You just get a Garen passive heal back to full HP and then look for an all-in on Lost in the Sauce now that he doesn't have his ulti. Big mid tower damage. That should just be full tower with the objective going. I believe that's first tower. Oh no, first tower is already claimed top lane. Feat of Strength goes towards 100 Hextech keys here. So far, well, it was a pretty even game until I looked away and they killed 2 towers. 2k gold lead for Supp. But I do think Supp scales both teams honestly scale pretty nicely. How many marks is the Kindred at? Kindred is at 6 marks. That's, I believe, pretty good for Kindred, actually, for 20 minutes into the game. Cho'Gath, I believe that was his last minion he could eat. Yeah, he's at his max. Now he can only eat champions. Just kind of brute, brute HPing the HP checking the RA there, saying you don't do enough damage to me, and I do more damage to you. Garen showing up mid lane, forces Kikuria to ult away. Ults back in, try to find a trade. Charm misses, ults back out. These last couple of minutes have been going pretty good for Team Supp, but can Phoebe turn this game around? He is the strongest member for Team 100 Hextech here. I don't expect anything's going to happen in the next couple minutes here. The Adicon that spawned was the GA Adicon. Low kill game. Both teams playing it kind of safe. Farming junglers just want to farm. Cho'Gath now has Hollow Radiance, so he is able to trade with Ahri a little bit more. Adicon just going to be started up here. It is the melee range Adicon. They do have a lot of range champs, so it doesn't do that much damage, but they need to be a little bit careful here because Garen's running towards it. Kikuria is here. Jacob getting really low. Yeah, they're just going to walk out. They don't have their tank there anymore. Did they just leash it for one? Nice Nautilus ult. Does Dark Horse 70 going down. Can they kill Jaya, though? Jaya running down everyone on their team. Garen, Renekton fighting out. Meanwhile, Jaya by herself now. Needs to be a little careful. Nice flash from her to redirect the feathers, but they are standing in Ariel. Can they find a nice Cho'Gath Q? Nice Cho'Gath Q knocks it up. Garen now tower diving. Brings down the hammer. That's the kill to Evansy Dunk. Nicely done from Team Support Gat to win that fight. That is going to be Adicon towards them. For them. Dark Horse 70 wasn't alive to pick it up, though. Lost and Sauce going to trade the tower there. Yeah, I think Jacob just got way too low tanking that Adicon. He does not need to be standing in the circle when it is attacking there. I believe it also heals the Adicon when you're standing in the circle. Getting a little rough to play. This Cho'Gath is starting to become a bit tanky. He's just kind of able to face tank all the damage, and they're not able to burst him through fast enough to... well, if you're focusing the Cho'Gath in this team fight, you're doing something wrong. But he is just a menace. Dark Lord 70 was taken down in that fight, but at what cost? Jaya was just free hitting during that whole fight. Jaya looking really strong now. How much gold is he up? He's up pretty much 2k gold on his laning opponent. On her laning opponent. So he does big damage. This Lilia does big damage as Garen can pretty much one-shot any of the squishy people on Team 100 Hextech. It's a rough game to play if you are the squishy champs of Ahri, Kai'Sa, and Ahri. Garen doing some invade shenanigans here. Look how fast he moves. Does have the Otacon GA, so can look for these aggressive plays. Showing up mid lane, gonna be potentially flanking onto Kai'Sa. Is spotted behind Kikuria. Can he get Kai'd out? Root goes down from FNZ Jacob. Fight coming out. They do have the Adicon, so any kill is kind of meaningless. Sleep goes down. FNC Dunk finds Phoebe. Ahri goes down to a Cho'Gath feast. Another kill onto the Nautilus. Icy Dragon manages to clear the wave that was remaining, but Bowling Ball claims the kill to Dark Lord 70. That's going to be some big damage from Supp. Going to clear a lot of these objectives now. Standing gold on these towers. Claiming Dragon. Can probably claim another mid lane tower if they really wanted to. So that is third dragon going to Team Supp. They're kind of taking away the game now with these picks, with these plays. Team 100 Hextech Keys doesn't really have the damage to just burst through these champs before they get the engage off. Baron is now on the map, so next big play that happens, Baron's probably going to be the thing that follows. Ari showing up bot lane, does have her TP. Cho'Gath needs to go down match, but Ari does need to be careful because Lily is also in the area. They are pinging that they want to go onto this Ari. Meanwhile, top lane, they're looking onto FNC Dunk. Flash forward from the Crocodile, finds a stun. Do they have damage to kill FNC Dunk? Flash onto the Blast Cone. Meanwhile, bot lane, Kikuya in a dangerous position. Ori used his ult. Gonna give another fee stack to Sentient Cloud. Midwave looking in danger. Ari, or exhaust used by Lulu on the, on the wrong target, I would argue. But that's just gonna be another kill. Oh no, nice ult from Phoebe, saves him there. In a dangerous position. Hourglass goes down. That's just gonna be another kill. That should be game 1 going to Team Support Gap. No, not quite yet. Team 100 Supp Gap gonna back it out. But they are quite up in gold. Almost a 9K gold lead right now for Team Supp Gap. Clap, clap, clap. Giving my cash out. It's not over yet. Baron on the map. Will there be a Baron throw from Team Support Gap? Can my 10K channel points be saved? Lost in the Sauce clearing out Baron vision for Supp Gap, but there's going to come place some more down. Ward placed, but they were spotted, so it should be cleared pretty quickly here. How do you, as Team 100 Hextech, walk into this team comp and counter a Baron take? How do you stop getting them off Baron? Like, Lost in the Sauce hasn't really been any team fight so far. I don't think he's going to be a game-changing factor, though. And, like, your knowledge is going to get grinded. Phoebe potentially in danger. Lily asleep goes down. Premature Kindred ult. Make sure he stays alive. Lost in the Sauce in this backline. Finds Jaya. Jaya forced to ult. Can he get the kill? Nice route. Are going to claim Jaya's life? Nice kills. They have the backline damage done. Phoebe's still alive, doing some nice kiting. Kikuya chasing down the Lilia. Can he find it? Lost in the Sauce in a 2v1. Kikuya is not able to kill Ari? Really? Alright, Ari's gonna die now. But at what cost? Nice charm actually finds the Garen. 4 for 4, I believe? 4 for 5. Okay, just Cho'Gath alive now. Does he have the damage to end the game? Does have the minion wave. Phoebe spawning in 20 seconds. Icy Dragon in 16. I think Sentient Cloud doesn't do tower damage. Yeah, he doesn't do tower damage. He'll maybe claim a tower, but then be forced to run away. Game is not over yet, folks. This Cho'Gath, how many stacks is he at? He's at 13 stacks. This boy's tanky. How much HP did he have? He's only at 7k. I would have assumed he had more HP. But he's trying to be fast. He's one big dinosaur running at you. Like, where's the damage to kill him? It's just rough. Jacob walking up into the bush, not gonna do anything. Soul Dragon on the map now for Supp Gap. Looks like they're gonna bait Make sure that 100 Hextech Keys isn't rushing down this Baron. Surely you don't start it yourself. Yeah, just gotta clear out wards. Let Dark Lord Sunday solo the dragon. Does get spotted with that blue trinket, but what can you do? Your Kindred is in her topside camps. You can't rush down Baron because they forced you out of the Baron pit area. That's going to be Infernal Soul eaten by the Cho'Gath. Now they're just going to do a straight march to the Baron buff. Baron now started up. I mean, there's just too many targets to kill. You gotta kill the Lilia, you gotta kill the Xayah. This Garen can 1v1 any of your carries and kill it quick. Baron's just gonna drop. That's both Soul and Baron now to team support gap. Cho'Gath, no fear, just running at the AMA team. Oh, look, he did a full Ori combo. It didn't even do like a tenth of his HP bar. I think this Cho'Gath has scaled. Nice bowling ball. Is he going to pull the trigger? Sleep goes down onto 2. Icy Dragon positioning pretty nicely. Kindred goes down, ensures that no one's dying instantly. Cho'Gath getting low. Why are we focusing the full HP Cho'Gath? The full tank Cho'Gath. If we get him low, who cares? Kikuya going to find him at least. When Tombe goes down too, Kikuya can maybe clean up here. Dashes straight into the Lilia. Low HP bar has 2 more dashes. Phoebe flash again, finds the kill. I think 100 Hextech not quite out of this game. Nicely done from Kikuya. Nice flash forward from Phoebe. Needs to be a little bit careful. Garen waiting in the fog of vision. They're gonna try to chase down Phoebe here. A little game of cat and mouse. Does not have his ulti actually. Just trying to look for the straight 1v1 and finds it. Wow, Garen just kind of spins to win. That seems fun. I can't. Phoebe says in all chat. Garen just kind of like silenced him and then spun on him. Didn't even have to use his ulti. That is a 3-item Garen. Bamboozled. Okay, a little bit of rest, a little bit of downtime for both teams right now. Still, the gold lead hasn't expanded that much. That last fight brought the gold lead back to a 9k gold lead for Supp gap. But I still think the later this game goes, the bigger this Cho'Gath is going to be. The harder it's going to be to kill. They're already struggling to try to kill him. No LDR from Phoebe. No LDR, no short sword armor and armor shred from this Kai'Sa. This Cho'Gath is just big. He's massive and hard to kill. But you need to somehow try to kill Jaya, who has barrier, who has a Lulu in her back pocket. It's rough. Yeah, Cho'Gath is running into their jungle, no fear. How much HP is he at now? 7.6. No, Phoebe, you can. Yeah, I don't think Phoebe is touching this Cho'Gath until he builds an LDR. I also think that last fight could have gone a lot better if they weren't focusing onto the Cho'Gath for the beginning of it. Like, would have been interesting to see that. Cho'Gath just so big, he's like a global taunt. Gotta kill the Cho'Gath. Potential pick. Kikuya walking a little far up. Cho'Gath Q lands. Can Kikuya forced to ult out? That's Ahri ult burn. How long is the cooldown? He does have Malignance on it, so it's not that long. 52 second. Decently long. So not in a position to fight now from 100 Hextech Key. The Ahri ulti is pretty big. Jacob walking a little far forward. They're trying to clear out their jungle, but for what? There's no objectives on the map. No reason that we need to be clearing out the jungle unless we want to try to contest the jungle camps, but you should just be happy that you can get the minion waves at this point. One good Lily asleep could spell game here. Looks like they're trying to defend the top wave here. Sending Cloud potentially looking to tower dive. Sleep lands onto 2. Is this a tower dive? Jacob going forward, finds a nice trade. Under tower here from both players. Sentient Cloud, just this big tank taking the dragon. Nice charm from Ari. Yeah, we need to stop going for these tower dive plays. Okay, one. I'm stun locked. I don't know why we're tower diving with Kindred ulti, but I feel like we just have to play objectives and force them to like walk at you guys when you're not, uh, tower diving. Team Subgap making the game interesting, giving this Kindred a little more time to scale. Kindred not going LDR. Looks like he's going Kraken Slayer, I believe. I believe that's what that new Quiver's building into. How many stacks is this Kindred at? 7 stacks. He's only gotten like 1 stack in the last 10 minutes of the game. Sorry, 1 stack in the last 16 minutes of the game. But just shows how rough the game state has been for them. Elder spawning in 17 seconds here. Cho'Gath does have TP. He will be able to get here in time. But they have no vision of this Elder buff area. They're going to be very careful to walk in. Kikria needs to join his team if they're going to... If 100 Hextech, he's going to do a bush bait here. Kikria, you need to come. Kikria, you need to come. You're big damage. Cho'Gath doing the face checking into 4. Gonna get half HP'd. They do not have a tower to play under this time. Lily asleep finds 2. Renekton probably just gonna get bursted down. Nice stun. Early ult from Phoebe to try predict the Garen ult. That is a death onto the Cho'Gath, but at what cost? Icy Dragon looking for Jaya, does find it, but Dark Lord 70 unmatched in this fight. Gonna be able to run down the enemy team. Double kill for the top end jungler of Subgap. And that should just be game. We need to stop focusing the Cho'Gath. We can't spend everything on killing the Cho'Gath, guys. He's just this big global taunt. That will be game 1. 100 Hextech keys almost made it interesting. Turns out when they don't have a tower to sit under, they don't win the fights. That will be game 1. This is a best of 3 series, so we'll be going into game 2 shortly. I think they are doing draft right now. Let's see if I can try to get into that, but I'll be right back. We'll see what's going on. Wrong one. Okay, we are in draft now for game two of this series. Game one went towards Team Support Gat. Notice that they have done a side change. 100 Hextech keys chose red side for this game. Gonna give them counter pick in this top lane, hopefully. I'm assuming the bans are gonna be mostly the same. Gonna ban out Jacob, force him into the support role. Gonna ban Tim's Pike, make sure he doesn't get a hard roaming champion that he can kind of take over the game with. Anivia banned away from Sentient Cloud, but I don't think this Anivia ban's worth doing. He's comfortable in many different champs. He's kind of just an Arian prodigy. I think his Ari games are bait, or his Anivia games are bait. Ari gonna now be taken away from Kikuria. Guess Sentient Cloud did not like laning against it. Kikuya did look pretty confident on that. Ari was kind of taking over the games, was almost a big enough factor to swing the game towards their favor. Completely understand an Ari ban, but Syndra gonna be the ban said. So Kikuya's Nico and his Ari are up for taking. Ashley taking some target bans here, both Lulu and not Yumi taken away. I believe Melio is the next enchanter in her pool that she likes to play. But getting rid of these enchanter champs, that way carry junglers are harder to play. It's a pretty good plan. Just I'm pretty sure Ashley isn't a two trick any longer. I've seen her play Nami. I've seen her play Melio, so it's not like she has nothing to play. Yeah, Lilia looked super good game one. Just gonna play it again. Uh, blind pick, B1 pick for Team Subgap here. What are we gonna pick? You're laying in, you know there's a Lilia jungle this time. The Kindred looked good, but it also looked bad at the same time. Smolder the Hover. Is this Smolder? This could be a flex pick Smolder. Smolder can be played mid, can be played top, can be played ADC, but I'm guessing that's just gonna be Smolder ADC. Unless you, I mean, into Cho'Gath mid, Smolder could be pretty good as long as you dodge the Qs, just kind of free stackage. But we'll see what Sentient Cloud decides to play mid lane, and that should decide where the Smolder is going. No pick. We love to see that. I'm sure they'll type in League Client what that pick is. Nautilus. So Nautilus again, probably for Jacob. So what is Tim gonna pull out in the jungle for us? And surely this time we're not gonna let Lilia start your chickens and invade you and get you off your red buff. Surely we'll have more game sense to predict that and stop it from happening. Did they also just skip their pick? Okay, people are slow in the brains. Oops, what was that? Bruh. They're thinking, I guess, man. Are they skipping their second pick too? Huh? Seraphine locked in for Ashley there, but what was your blue side pick two there? They have not typed in chat yet what it was. This is such a scuffed draft, man. Come on, type in chat. You guys, you should know what it is already. All right, it's a Jinx pick, but like, come on, like, you're waiting till the last second to tell 100 Hextech keys what the pick was. That's kind of, if I was team captain for 100 Hextech keys, I'd be complaining. Xin Zhao the lock in for Phoebe, I guess. Kind of scuffed draft. I would not be happy with that draft. All right, Cho'Gath banned away. Nice pick. He was just a menace in the late game on that Cho'Gath pick. Ari, the next takeaway for Kikuya. That kind of just leaves Kikuya with his Nico pick. I haven't seen him play anything else or know him to play anything else besides Syndra, Ari, Nico. Darius again banned away from Sentient Cloud or from FNZ Dunk. This time, Lost in the Sauce will have counter pick top lane. So he should get, hopefully, I mean, last game top lane was just Snorfest. They didn't kill each other at all. It was just 0-0 for most, pretty much the whole game. Jinx, Seraphine bot with a Lilia jungle. They're gonna need, well, Lilia has some pretty good engage. Don't necessarily need more engage options. But Seraphine, notably, not as much as a support, doesn't have as much shielding or as Lulu. Renekton, the next ban. So Lost in Sauce getting targeted. They're banning his Renekton this time instead of his Aatrox. And again, the support pick for 100 Hextech keys there was Nautilus. So it's Smolder not, or again, we still don't know if this is Smolder mid or if this is Smolder ADC, but potentially Smolder Nautilus bot lane versus Jinx Seraphine. I doubt it's Smolder paired with the Nautilus. I don't think Smolder is good with Nautilus. I don't think he has enough damage early game to make the Nautilus useful. So Orin just gonna be the blind pick, potentially wanting to see what saving counter pick for mid lane or potentially bot lane, depending on if that Smolder is going mid or not. Again, if anyone in the stream wants to join me on the casting desk, send me a DM in Discord because I am lonely. Swain the lock-in, yeah, potentially three, potentially four melee champions for 100 Hextech keys. Swain does look like a good pick. And then Alawi counter pick, potentially, going to be locked in. Alawi's good against Orin. Mordekaiser's good against Orin. Trundle is really greedy against Orin, but can be good. Dr. Mundo the hover. FNC Dunk playing with us here with these picks. Camille also being hovered. This guy has a champion Ocean. He's just hovering everything he wants. Mbessa gonna be the lock-in. I think Mbessa's my least favorite of all the ones he hovered, but I'm sure he can make it work against Orin. And then mid lane counter pick. Is this a Smolder mid or a Smolder going bot paired with Nautilus, which doesn't sound that good, but I'm guessing that Smolder is going to go bot lane because you don't want to play Smolder against Swain mid. His E outranges your Q. Yeah, Mel going to be the lock-in, or at least hover, for Kikria. Yeah, that's going to be draft. Again, so the support pick there that for 100 Hextech keys is Nautilus, and the AD pick for Subgap is Jinx. So lots of range damage for Subgap, not that many tanks. This Swain's going to need to be in the front line tanking up damage. Ah, man, it's rough. I mean, Lilia, Dark Lord Sunny was doing an amazing job kiting on Lilia last game, so it's not like they really needed a tank. If he finds a nice sleep and then follows that up with like a Seraphine or an Ambessa ulti, that could just be the fight, enough to get Jinx excited to take over the fight. Not quite sure who I would bet my channel points for this game, but we will go on break. Again, I'll throw up the timer for spectator delay once we get into it, and I'll put up the Gamba right now, but we'll be right back. back to draft just for a couple seconds here so people that missed draft could see what the draft was. Again, this this blue side second pick is Jinx and red side second picks is Nautilus. So go make your Gamba votes. We'll be out of spectator delay shortly. Okay, we are in game now for this game two of the best of three series between 100 Hextech keys. A lot of pings going down. We're probably going to see a level 1 invade here. Let me fix my setup just a little bit here. No level 1 invade. Nautilus is AFK. Unlucky. Fixing the scoreboard up just a little bit. We are going to get a 4-stack here. Nautilus is coming. They're going to do a little bit of invade. Looks like they're going to try to protect the chickens this time. Surely we don't let Dark Lord do another chicken invade. Can I get invite to server? I'm afraid you're going to have to get it from someone else. But if anyone that's on the server wants to co-cast, let me know. I will move you into the caster desk. Lilia, gonna get away with this illegal chicken invade again. Gonna place a ward down. He is on a ward, so they know he's trying to steal it. Mel pinging to fight. Are they just gonna give it to him again? Xin Zhao just opting to go clear his blue side jungle. Lilia getting chickens yet again. Or is he? Wait, Ornn's trying to stop this. I feel like this is illegal. No, just gonna ward his red buff, run back to lane. Gonna be in time to get all 3 minions, hopefully. But not for free. FNZ Dunk positioning to trade at least, but nice Q claims at least 2 of those minions. Looks like we missed a bot lane trade level 1. Yeah, you should not be fighting a Jinx as Nautilus Smolder. Smolder's not a champion early game, I swear. Like Nautilus, if Nautilus hits a hook in this laning phase, I swear they just lose the trade. This Swain, we need to be watching him. He needs to be getting some stacks on his passive here. He needs to be the tank for his team to just go in, click R, not die. But it's going to be rough. There is a lot of damage for 100 Hextech keys. FNC Dunk going to get Brittle proc. Nice cancel with the grass proc. Lilia was potentially pathing top lane there. Did clear out Phoebe's whole red side jungle. Phoebe now counter jungling, gonna try to trade the chickens. There is a ward on these chickens, so Lilia will know that he is taking his camp. Pings from Dark Lord 70 onto the red buff. Looks like they're not okay with Phoebe taking all the camps he wants. Phoebe does need to be very careful when he decides to take this red buff. Dark Lord 70 pinging bot lane from Team Supp Gap, gonna try to contest. Phoebe, you're in a dangerous spot. You need to run, Phoebe. Phoebe just dead. Bot Gap, flash for follow from Dark Lord 70. Nicely done. I feel like that was so predictable though. Like, how are we staying on red buff when the bot lane from Supp Gap is like not in lane? Like, if you want to go for that invade, you need. I feel like bot lane prio, so your bot lane like follow up and roam, but this bot lane is just slow pushing the wave. They have had no urgencies to push forward. Austin Sauce doing some nice trades against the Symbessa. Again, I would have thought any of the champions that FNC Dunk covered earlier, the Camille, the Alawi, the Mundo, would have been better against an Orin. Xin Zhao in this top lane. This should just be a death for FNC Dunk. Is it even just a solo bolo? No, just Phoebe picks up a nice gank, nice kill. A little bit of redemption. Gonna potentially fight over the Scuttle Crab. Dark Lord 70 didn't take either Scuttle Crabs after. Gonna fight Phoebe for this River Skulls Crab. Phoebe, again, has no prio. Misses Smite. Gets Smite taken away. Now just gonna get run down. Slow lands from Swain. Phoebe gonna pick up another death here. Kikra, you're not able to save him. Don't even try, man. Dark Lord 70 kind of jungle gapping. Who put their points on 100 Hextech? Man, I'm making the game interesting, okay? It's too depressing if everyone just assumes Supp Gap's gonna win. Anyways, Kikri doing some nice trades with this pick. Nice dodge. I think he should just let it hit him and reflect it. I think that's a play. If his reflects up. Nice slow. 70 Cloud getting pretty low. Needs to be a little bit careful. Dark Lord 70 is just Flame Horizing Phoebe in the jungle right now. 40 CS, 220. Why aren't we banning this guy's Lilia? Like, why are we giving him it for a game 2 after what he did in game 1 with it? Boston South not taking a good trade there. Doesn't have his TP, so he's just low on HP in lane. He's gonna potentially back here top. Now just gonna build some HP or in things. Bot lane looks like Phoebe's looking for a potential gank. Jacob just running at them, finds the hook onto the Jinx, root down, flash out. Nice dash forward, one more hit. Kill goes to the Ignite burn on the Nautilus. Austin Saw is getting pretty low. You really need to back, man, but it's rough. He is in tower dive range, does hit level 6, so it's not quite a free tower dive, but once FNC Dunk hits 6, I think he may get tower dove. Phoebe starting up the dragons, Dark Lord 70 starting up the grubs. Both junglers trading objectives, but Dark Lord 70 up 20 CS at 6 minutes into the game is really scary. Objectives traded, both dragon goes towards 100 Hextech keys, 3 grubs go to team support gap. Xin Zhao pinging bot lane. Jacob, can you find the hook? Nice hook. Jinx pathing up against the wall. Xin Zhao followed up, dash forward. No flash for Jaya this time, but a good Jinx route lets her walk to safety. They need to be careful about the tower dive now. Because of this gank, that means Dark Lord 70 free to invade the red side once again, expand his CS lead. Gonna take the red buff too. Yeah, all of Phoebe red side camps are gone. This is so sad for Xin Zhao. Dark Lord 70's Flame Horizon this guy, as one would expect from the D1 jungler of the Berkeley team. EB, your camps are gone. Ah, he's not gonna stay for the Krugs. Phoebe, I don't think he meant to stop Dark Lord's back there, but he did. Nicely done, I guess. FNZ Dunk trying to freeze this wave, force Ornn to play up so he can go for a full trade. Wave not quite going to be frozen, going to be a slow push towards Lost in the Sauce. So, not quite what you want to see. No flash for this Jinx. Can they find a kill? Jinx is up in gold and items. Yeah, nice trades. FNZ Dunk just, I'm playing Abessa. I get to run at you. I get shield and heals. I'm a 200-year champion. Yeah, nice trade. Nice trade. Wave is slow pushing towards Lost in the Sauce, so he can be a little bit careful with how he wants to walk up. No ward in this bush feels criminal. Like, Ashley, you need to be placing a ward in that bush, so that way your ADC feels comfortable to walk. Yeah. Shielding on Mbessa means the Ornn Brutal proc does no damage, because that's a fair interaction. Dark Lord 70 potentially looking for a kill, forces out the reflect barrier from the Mel there. Phoebe sneaking into this bush here. Can Nautilus find a hook? If he does, it's a kill. Finds it on to Watanabe. Ult comes down. Dark Lord 70 showing up now. Needs to be a little careful. Ult comes down. Smolder ult follows it up. Sleep on to one. Jinx excited, now running towards Icy Dragon. Slow lands on the Phoebe. Phoebe forced to go in. Icy Dragon trying to trade back, but Jaya free autoing, pops the bear. Double kill for Dark Lord 70. I think this is some deja vu, man. Nice reflect from Kikuya. Needs to be a little bit careful from Sentient Cloud. Probably could have autoed him one more time. Does find the kill. Nice solo bolo in the mid lane from Kikuya. Definitely need it. Icy Dragon gonna be forced to take a pretty bad trade there with the nice placement of the Jinx root. Yeah, I don't know. I think Lilia getting through on draft is super illegal, man. Like, why are we banning? Like, man, I don't think we need to be banning Lulu if we're just gonna leave open Dark Lord 70's Lilia, man. It's such a good pick. I'm sure he's other stuff he could play. Like, I'm sure if they left open, if they banned Lilia, he probably would have played Olaf, would be my guess. Olaf or Zac. But still, his Lilia is just something else, man. He's 28, what? 28, 27 CS up on his lane opponent. Over 1k gold lead by himself. How are we doing on the Smolder stack department? Let's take a check. Wrong ADC. Smolder's at 81 stacks at 10 minutes into the game, so he's a little bit behind what would be considered a good pacing, but I'd say he's at a okay pacing for what he wants to be at. Usually at Smolder, you want to be at 1 stack a minute or 10 stacks a minute if you're stacking good. But it is pretty hard to stack on Smolder into a double range matchup, so I would say this is pretty expected. Dark Lord 70 getting all 6 scrubs for his team, no contest. Phoebe doing some counter jungling, trying to make up his CS loss, but he's going to do a full wraparound. Are they going to do a tower dive bot lane here? There's flash up for both ADC and support on their team. He hasn't walked over a ward yet. Jacob walking forward, going to take some autos to the face. Looks like nothing much is going to happen. Nice trade from Kiko, reflects the sway knee. Hook now lands onto Watanabe. Ult goes down onto Jinx, forces the flash out. Watanabe has flash heal, gonna flash forward. Smolder ult comes down, is it enough to snipe? Does snipe away Jaya. Jaya gets rooted. Nautilus gonna get traded back, but overall, we take those trades. Dark Lord 70 showing up mid lane, gonna guarantee a kill onto Kikuya. So much needed double kill bot lane, but this Dark Lord 70 guy, he's 4-0, man. I am quivering in my boots if I am Team 100 Hextech keys. Sunfire finish does give Lost in the Sauce some breathing room in this lane. Dark Lord 70 showing up bot lane. Smite goes down onto Icy Dragon. He just Icy Dragon 1 HP, slow lands. Man, Dark Lord 70, man. This guy needs to be taken down. He's 5-0 on this Lilia. Oh my god. This whole game just gonna be me glazing him on cast, by the way. Ult goes down, nice use of the unstoppable and makes it so no CC follows up, flashes out, guarantees in safety. Dark Lord 70, 5 out of the 7 kills for his team. Lost in the Sauce back gets cancelled. Is he going to stay for the cannon wave? Nah, he's just going to take it back. No worries. Nautilus ults on Lilia into a one-shot late game. Nautilus lands a hook, but there's no follow-up. Lilia is here. They need to start running. This is a fast deer. Nautilus ult goes down. He just needs to hook a wall and get out. He still has his hook. Jacob, hook a wall. Hook a wall. You still have a hook. Stop taking damage. No, don't hook back in! This guy's crazy. All right, one Smolder Q. Can they find the trade? They do find the trade kill, but Jinx is excited, running at Icy Dragon. And I don't think that's worth. I think Jacob just needs to like hook a wall to get out of there earlier, but this is an Iron player, or no, I think Jacob is Silver, if I want to say. He is a jungle main though, so he's not a support main. Probably doesn't play Nautilus that much. Pre-mades Channel 0. I think you're on the Berkeley Legends server. We are playing on the CalEsports Intramural server. You have to be a verified Cal student in order to join. So I don't think you're going to be able to co-cast with me. I apologize. Here, wait, maybe I... Yeah. Okay, 9-7, so not that much of a gold lead for Dark Lord 70's team, but it's on who the gold lead's on. This Dark Lord 70 guy has been making wonders on this Lilia pick. We should do an over-under 4-man sleep this game for Dark Lord 70 bet. The top lane tower did fall. FNZ Dunk did claim the tower, is up like 1,000 gold onto this Orin now. Yeah, Orin just getting punished. Phoebe, potential fight in the mid lane here. Phoebe spotted by Lilia. Nautilus roaming up river. Gonna run back down to lane. FNC Dunk kind of taking over the side lane now. He's just showing why he chose Nabessa. What's our scaling looking like? How many stacks is Smolder at if I can switch to the right champion? 134. Lilia showing up behind. Nice dodge. Nice pillar. Sleep goes on to the Nautilus. Flash forward into a Seraphine ult. Guarantees the kill. Jinx excited. Getting some nice damage onto Icy Dragon. It's going to turn into a tower dive. Kikuya showing up bot lane to ensure that his laner doesn't get dove. But Swain in the mid lane gonna... If I can swap to Swain. That's... Yeah, there we go. Swain in the mid lane. I'll have to free push away. Phoebe gonna pick it up as a trade. Nice root from Kikuya. Couple more damage shots. We'll find the damage. Nice reflect. Goes on to Lilia, but not enough damage. Forced to flash, actually. Phoebe now going to show a bot. Watanabe 1 HP. Jaya 1 HP. Can Phoebe find the engage? Stay on Phoebe. Stay on Phoebe. Stay on Phoebe. Phoebe flash forward. Finds the kill onto Jaya. That's one. Can he find a second? Looks like he's going to just walk out. Meanwhile, top lane. FNC Dunk finds the solo bolo. Showing us why he chose this Mbessa pick. Man, if we're just gonna pick Mel, like surely we can just blind pick Mel. Like, I don't think Sentient Cloud plays enough counter picks that you have to worry about picking Mel. I don't know, man. I feel like picking or like, giving FNZ Dunk counter pick. Ice Dragon overextending a little bit here. Gonna fall to a Lilia kill. Grubs saves Dark Lord 70 from getting hugged. Gives us the thumbs up. Okay, Rammus emote. Jacob kind of out of position here, getting caught. Gonna give a kill over to Jaya. Meanwhile, mid lane, Sentient Cloud is in danger. 1 HP, healing up, not enough. Sentient Cloud TP coming in mid lane. Nice root under tower. Dark Lord 70 flashes forward, finds Kikria. And that's going to be a kill onto Phoebe. Phoebe almost healing, having enough healing to live there. But yeah, this game a bit more of a snowball than the last. Giving Dark Lord 70 his Lilia pick. Oh, it feels rough. Yeah, that's a nice trade. That actually wasn't that bad. Dark Horse Lost and Sauce actually won that trade, kind of. Gonna ult, slow lands. Can you find the R2 lands, another brittle proc. Trying to give a kill over to his mid lane. One more Q will do it, but not gonna be enough. Lost in the Sauce now getting chasing down, slow lands onto Lost in the Sauce. Jinx is gonna get excited and chase down Kikria now. Kikria getting autoed, nice route. Can you find the Q? Slow reflect in. Sentient Cloud trying to chase him down, but Phoebe in the area to support him. Dark Lord 70 isn't in the area. This is when you want to fight. The Fed Deer isn't here. Phoebe finding some nice damage, but there's no one following up with him. Now we gotta start walking back. Dark Lord 70 gonna join this fight now. Swain looking for the slow, not gonna land. Dark Lord 70 trying to continue this fight, gonna kite forward. Root goes down. We're engaging onto Dark Lord 70. Nautilus ult onto Dark Lord, finds the double knockup. Do they have the damage to kill Dark Lord 70? They do not. Everyone just gotta kind of walk out. Dark Lord not done yet. Nice 4-man Jinx Rocket. Finds massive damage. Swain gonna pick up the kill onto Phoebe. TP from this Orin joining this fight way too late. And Bessa ults forward. Finds a good engage. Kills the backline. Cleans up onto the Nautilus. This game is just over, man. 7k gold lead at 20 minutes. They're not even done. They're finding the sleep onto Orin. Nice Unstoppable cancels it, but man, he just dead. 8 pre-20 minute ace for Team Supp Gap. They're kind of just wiping the floor on 100 Hextech keys here. $20 minutes in, 10k, well, more like a 9k gold lead for Team Supp Gap. Hey, but 100 Hextech scales, right? They have Orin, they have Smolder. I believe when Smolder gets to 225 stacks, he'll win the game. He's at 178. I have hope. I have hope. Oh wait, Phoebe just getting soloed in his jungle. Okay, well, Adacon's up. That should be Adacon for Team Supp Gap. They do have all 6 grubs, so, you know, that 25% boost to objectives would be pretty nice on this split pushing Ambessa that your Orin can't do squat to. I love free points. Man, I kind of just want to manifest a game 3 here. It didn't happen. Kikria, well, it probably won't happen. We'll say that. Kikria just getting full tower dove. And yeah, that's a godlike Ambessa. 7-1-2. If they finish fast enough, we may be able to catch game 2 for Team James Family versus Team Glup. Who knows? Maybe there will be a game 3. Maybe they lost the first game. We don't know. I'm like a 4 out of 4 predictions. Yeah, I started this IM season with 0 channel points, so I got to 100k, and now I'm just like throwing it all away on for funsies. Hey, but you know the game's not over. It's only what, closer to 10k gold lead now for Team Supp Gap. They do have an Orin. They do have a Smolder. They're scaling. Smolder snack check. 198. He's almost at 225. Just another 27. Orin looking for engage onto FNZ Dunk. Do they even have the damage to kill this guy? FNZ Dunk doing some hits. Orin knock up. Phoebe running in. Can they donate the kill to the Smolder? Not quite. Shutdown goes to Orin, which not quite the person you want to go to. Wait, this isn't even Baron on the map. I just realized that is that is Rift Herald. That's no Baron. The game has progressed so fast that I just assumed that was Baron on the map, but that is Rift Herald gonna be taken away by Team Supp. Was a nice side lane pick by Team 100 Hextech Keys. They're not going down without a fight, but I think they are going to be going down this game. Like Phoebe cannot even run into his own jungle. It's rough. Jacob, don't hook! Jacob, don't hook! Jacob gets Jinx rooted. He's just gonna die. Flash out. Nautilus ult goes down, but yeah, that's just a kill in the back pocket of Dark Lord 70. Dark Lord 70 not quite done. Looking to run forward and Bessa TPing to join his team, but I think that should be the end of the fight unless they go for a crazy tower dive, which would be entertaining as hell. Rift Herald being spawned. Will they look to tower dive with this Rift Herald pick? Try to force out an early game win. He is going deep with this Atacon. This guy needs a DUI. He's turning it and drives it. Oh my god, maybe he just needs to become a professional driver. FNC Dunk finds a nice cage. Look at the amount of the grubs that have spawned. FNC Dunk ult again, finds Smolder. Smolder living with 1 HP, dies to a Jinx rocket. Jinx is excited, running everyone down. That's one tower. Lost in the Saw is getting hit, gone. Will we see a Fountain Dive? Jinx probably has a crazy attack speed with a triple kill right now. Jacob just dancing. He knows this game is over. Kikuria trying to find the damage. Not going to be enough. Gonna reflect. Swainy lands, and that is game. GG's to Team Supp. We're going to quickly try to move forward here, see if we can spot... they haven't started their game yet. So we're going to end the stream a little early and get to casting either Game 2 or Game 3 of Team Glup versus Team James family here. GG's to Supp. We look forward to seeing you guys in semifinals. I'm gonna quickly stop the stream. I will pay out. Yeah. I'll pay out. I will stop the stream and restart it just to make it a little easier for Avery to do the editing post game. But yeah, we'll be right back.